How's it going, people? Salmon Slappy here, and it is update day, although weirdly it's not Monday. What's going on, Jagex? You're failing. But anyway, update day for today, we have the Megs cases. This is going on over May for the most part, plus May is kind of going a bit mental, and we got some nice kind of bonuses throughout most of the weekends, throughout all of this month. We've also got the BTS as well, so I'll go over that in just a bit too. But for now, today's update is Megs Cases, the detective agency. Basically, you go into player-owned ports. You don't actually need the requirements to actually play player-owned ports, but you'll find inside Meg. Go ahead and speak to her and she'll give you a little case, and then you go out and try to solve it. And when you do so, you get rewarded with some XP lamps, some other rewards and cosmetics and things like that. And this is on throughout the entirety of May, and I vaguely remember having... Well, this has something to do with the ShipWrek quest that's meant to be coming up. Don't quote me on that one, but I vaguely remember seeing that somewhere. So yeah, probably worth doing. Plus some free XP is always nice, and cosmetics because Fashionscape's on. Either way, May weekend, we got some bonuses, and they'll work from Friday until Monday, 12 o'clock in the afternoon, or noon. Should probably just say noon for that. From noon to noon, Friday to Monday, you'll have some bonuses going on throughout the entirety of this month. The first week then, from the 6th of May, which is coming up very shortly, until the 9th of May, you'll have increased node spawn and double reward points within Runespan, double chance to find relics, such as the Scepter of the God and the Black Ibis gear from Pyramid Plunder, enriched wisps now spawn every 10 minutes instead of 20, divination springs will now last twice as long, your fishing spots will move half as often, Big Chin Chomper's base XP is increased by 50%, same with all agility course lap bonuses. Flat packs are now created in noted form. Oh, I wish I knew that beforehand. Cook and burn chances now reduced by 5%, and you have a 2% chance to save secondary ingredients within Herbie. And additionally, you play on ports, which is going on from today until the 1st of June. You will now have the ability to run 25 standard player-owned port voyages instead of the usual 15 per day. You'll have 30% more null resources and trade goods from player-owned ports. And Samula's special voyage, which is normally on every Thursday, is also now available on Saturday and Sundays. So there we go. Additionally, Solomon Store, if you do like your fashion, they now have some lion outfits, so blur, whatever. And then we have a bunch of streams. And that's pretty much it. So for today, we have a developer Q&A, invention tech trees, the hell we amass with Mod Shawnee. Tomorrow we'll have Good Morning Gilnor, which I'm assuming is just some China nonsense, boss speedrun challenges. And then on Sunday, PVM and Mod Lee. So there we go. That is pretty much it. So that's the update for today. Essentially, it's go over to Meg, speak to her, and do some kind of dailies for some nice bonuses. And from the 6th of May till 9th this weekend, you get a bunch of extra little bonuses here and there. So I'm probably going to have to do quite a few things on Hardcore Iron Man. Either way, behind the scenes, what's going on throughout the entire month then? Shall we have a gander? You've got the new quest, Kindred Spirits. That's ShipWrek's countdown. That's the next series of his little series of quests. So that'll be coming out very shortly. And that'll show off the Barrow's sister, apparently. So there we go. There'll be a new Barrows fight on offer, some new armor and weapons, with a unique set bonus as well. There's going to be a new invention tech tree. They're adding 10 new technologies this month to the invention skill, bringing you some new goblin and dwarf tech to your workbench, as well as 2 new cannons and some extra little things here and there. Now the one thing that kind of caught my eye, even though I don't particularly do it, is they're going to be thinking about adding duel anyway. So instead of having to go to the duel arena to have a little fight, you can now settle your scores anywhere in the world. Apparently that is going to be coming, which should be a laugh, to be totally fair. So yeah, now you can actually fight over your little Slayer area instead of just going, mate, move, new world, mate. You know the nonsense. So yeah, duel anywhere, new quest, and more invention stuff. And the Meg thing, which is out right now. That is pretty much everything you need to know for this month and for today's update, other than we now have some patch notes to cover. So, graphical wise, the cliff southwest of Patadermis now appears to be less traversable. Zachary Bragg now has the correct headgear in his chat head, removed some rogue Kurdins in Mazcab. Duncan the Navigator has now updated the player and ports map to include Camel Warrior Island. And they've also removed the Ardone Chronicle players, so they will no longer clip with the NPCs during a cutscene in the Bringing Home the Bacon quest. NXT-wise, Entrana can no longer be seen from the nearby coasts, Abatol can no longer be seen from the Void Knight outpost, increase the click area for the light creature summoning familiar, and they've also increased the click zone for pure energy in the Runespan. They've also fixed an issue where flying Arim in the Rise of the Six encounter had a very small click zone. Quest-wise, what have they done then? The missing Birderos citizens have now returned home following the events of the quest River of Blood. It is now possible to reclaim the Maya Key shortcut key by attempting to reopen one of the locked doors after the events of the quest Lord of the Vampirion. Players who have completed the River of Blood quest will now have the extra 2 plinths at the memorial show up more reliably after waiting the required number of days. Dragon's Medallion no longer uses up a charge when teleporting from inside the tomb of Evandis Seergaze. Players can no longer acquire another refined Daylight ore from the refinery after the quest River of Blood, as there is absolutely no use for it, you hoarders. Corrected a typo when speaking to Veleif at the Mayaki Memorial. The completionist and master quest gate required for completing the Mayaki Memorial has been extended to include helping Veleif to move on. Uncovering the secrets of Heim Alchemy is now a master Quape. The master quest cape requirement. God damn it, you can do it. Players can once again change their Via title and get advice from Venescula on how to increase reputation with them after completing the quest River of Blood. Players can now keepsake the non-augmented, non-broken version of all Sun Spears types. Augmented magic and melee versions of the Sun Spears can now award undead components when disassembled. The final boss in the quest River of Blood has had its combat stats buffed slightly and life points increased as well. The monks of Zamorak at Patadimus Temple now correctly display their weakness to bolts while under attack, and augmentation dissolvers can now be used on augmented Sun Spears. Vampire Juveniles and Juvenuts will now move on from Southeast Mayaditch after the quest River of Blood is completed, and Sir Owen will no longer occasionally die to the Black Knight Guards in the quest Death of Chivalry. On to miscellaneous nonsense then, the Lily of the Valley has once again come into bloom and will disappear with the next game update. What the hell is a Lily of the Valley? Anyway, Carol can once again be viewed from the scrying pool within player-owned houses. Challenge NPCs will no longer hand out a compass piece from last year's road trip event. Iron Men can no longer enter the Corporeal Beast non-instance encounter the first time they attempt to enter the cavern. And repairing a superior Reef Walker cape at the player and port's workbench will no longer convert it into the non-superior variant. Wow, that's a glitch. Portable sawmills will no longer generate protein planks when used either. A key nil. Can't believe that's actually a thing. You go to repair your super armor and then all of a sudden it comes out as the non-tradable shite one. Bad times. Good job that's fixed. There we go then, people. That is pretty much everything. So today's update, go speak to Meg. You can get some stuff done. Free stuff. Yay. And that pretty much covers it. So until next time, have a good one.